their hearts, but they are going to have to get to work quickly because we have only a 12-game final to determine that champion.
And what a great 16 we have. I think from all ends of whatever tier lists were made coming into this tournament, some of the teams who didn't expect to do a whole lot has performed beyond expectation. Teams where we thought they were guaranteed to be in, they aren't even here. And now we have them, the 16 qualified for the finals, taken to the Battlegrounds for the first of 12 matches to come to try and claim this exact trophy and be the EWC 2025 champions.
Slates have been wiped clean, and we are heading over to Erangel to see who will start their grand finals on a hot streak. Everybody really hoping that it will be them, but we have a very southern plane to start off things. And wouldn't it do? Wouldn't it do, Toby? We haven't seen one yet. A military island circle?
We have, yeah. I mean, there was one in the group
we did.
stages.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Virtus.pro would be sad if we said we hadn't seen one. They're like, hey, come on, Paro.
I remember now. Virtus.pro coming from the blue, wrapping around, twisted minds, hanging out on rocks.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Just had to get the engine going, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But here we are, as you say, somewhat southern plane. It's going to fly out just over Mansion in a second's time. And good for this lot because there are a lot of southern looting teams in this grand final. Not a whole lot of teams will off of this plane have to get to alternate drop spots. So overall, I think the vast majority of players on this server are going to be very satisfied. Na'Vi and All Gamers Global, two teams landing side by side. I'm not expecting early confrontations, but we have seen fights for vehicles in the group stages, and this could be something happening here once more.
Yeah, that southern coast looking very populated. Also a very wide 2-2 split here from our defending, back-to-back defending EWC champions team Falcons. I know they've got a lot of fans in the building rooting for them right now. They're going to be, wow, ooh, there we go. We called it the middle circle.
For it.
And right off the bat, well, let's see how these teams decide to deal with this as no one currently on that military island.
Yep, exactly. Even though the plane actually allowed for it, no one opting to go down there. Game start win had themselves a really good game from that position, but opting to go towards Georgiapol instead. I'm sure right now they'd be happy had they just gone military straight away. But you know what? Come to think of it, I can't recall the last time we had a first circle on Millie with no one looting Millie early on. Wenbo is going to be the literal only player on the entire island. He's only getting over there now.
It's free real estate.
I mean, quite literally, yeah, true.
Now, one thing to note about this circle is it is hugging a little bit more towards the west, so that radio tower that takes up such a prominent position on the eastern side of the island most likely will not be in towards the late game unless, of course, we see some hardships, which we have definitely seen a few of those this week.
Important things to note here, All Gamers Global, they're sending it early, and why do they dare to do this? Well, they jumped out of the plane over farm, so they've been looking backwards throughout that entire time and seen no one is stretching south. No one is going right away towards the Millie base. I mean, okay, Wenbo is there now. He might be taking some shots in a second's time, but this is a very, very heads-up read by All Gamers Global to see no one jump there early. If we go now, we might actually have something going our way. Wenbo is shooting at them as we look at Therodon 5 way up towards the north, but he is taking shots towards the All Gamers Global team, and off of the map we can see here that they should be safe on their rotation around him.
Add in the fact that All Gamers knows that Na'Vi drops right in the same area as they do, so getting out of there as quickly as possible, best decision that they could have made, and they'll find themselves into Novo as we check in with Theraton 5. They are all the way up in North George. They will most likely take their time, come in late with the circle, but there are a number of teams up there on that northern side that might have the same idea.
Exactly, Gen.G with a similar read to All Gamers Global. Of course, they jumped earlier, so wouldn't have the full info, but there's no one here. Maybe that's why they moved a second or a minute, or should I say, later. But they too gonna get themselves a pretty darn decent position down here towards the west of Millie base.
We also have Rock sending RB in from Primorsk off on that western coast, coming around to that south side. So a number of teams already making that quick move over as see Gen.G just repositioning themselves. Falcons, meanwhile, after that long 2-2 split, already all in vehicles, all in the move, and it looks like they have free path down into that eastern bridge should they decide to keep going, as Twisted Minds now just to their east also look like they started to consider making a move.
When you thought you were safe on your bridge rotations that were already triggered, now you're getting a bridge that's getting red zoned while you're trying to rotate through, so play it safe here, guys. Hold your hold your cars on the northern side of the water for at least a little bit. Or if you're in a boat, just go for it. Sail down towards the southern side. You can see RBN is already making landfall now. It should be just fine on setting up this southwestern rotation for Rock.
Keep an eye on that ferry pier location. Toyo just arriving there. You can see on your map, 17. Also, after looting up in Pachinki, making their way there. So if Toyo is not quick about their decision-making process, they might have company very shortly. Petrichor Road moving to the other ferry pier. I guess we could say that now. It's been several years, I think, that we've had the 2 times. But Navi has been sticking around. Navi has not made that move. Navi looks to be, I would say, maybe camping and waiting to see who will come up.
Yeah.
And here it is. Petrichor Road going to be the first one to arrive.
Exactly. They're split 2-2. I think Navi right now is in a position from where they might actually opt to stay north of the water with this first circle pop. But as long as they know we have the coastline, we can always jump in the water and swim across if need be. For now, we lock down the vehicle, or the boat, down in this this port, I should say, west of Milta, west of Farm. We lock down the boat so we have a transition opportunity. But for now, you know what? Let's stay, because if the circle swings back north, they are almost guaranteed placement points.
Lots of motion, lots of movement going around here. That's very interesting stuff on how these teams are trying to approach this military circle in game 1. Nobody wants to be the first team out. They don't want to go out with that 0 on the score sheet. Going into game number 2, Petrichor Road either sniffed out that Navi camp, or they just continued going on to Shark Fin. You can see Falcons, they put a pause on their rotation. They will see Twisted Minds making their way. They've already sent Lou. He's got a spot on the other side of the bridge, and that'll be a free and clear crossing for them.
I think Falcons just exactly, they don't, now they see the cars. Okay, and now they come over towards the roadside proper. Twisted Minds on their rotation, beating Petrichor and Falcons to it, of course, with Lou on the other side, as you said. It's pretty straightforward to make the transition happen. All Gamers Global have upped the setup in Novo as well, so no one taking the radio tower, at least not yet, as a new red zone pops, leaving Yasnaya going straight down towards the military base.
Change the game, setting up shop in that C block. And here's what we were waiting for. The first E pickup to get popped is going to be T1 up in Yasnaya.
How does Type not have more ammo? They've been here for the better part of 6 minutes. He had no spare bullets for his 5.5s at all. Maybe they're in the car. Maybe he left them somewhere to pick up the emergency pickup. I'm not sure, but my man gets some ammo because your helicopter is coming.
I'm guessing the e-pickup thing. I think we've all been there. We've all been there in the past where you've had to drop half of your inventory just to be able to pick up that e-pickup and pop it. But we'll see where T1 decides to go. They are the plane path, helicopter path that they're taking is favoring that western side of the island, which there's still some places left for them to play here. That high ground hill being the most notable. The
only threat for them right now is, of course, coming down early, which I say because they're going to be over military before the new circle pops. If they land up on the Granny Tower on the western hill and the circle goes anywhere away from that, they don't come with vehicles. They have very limited rotation opportunities from there, unless if they do the double E-pickup there on 5 style where they pack an extra one to bring it along. But we'll see what's in the playbook, what's the call going to be for T1 when they do make it down to the south.
Speaking of third on 5, Virtus.pro looks like they might be doing a little bit of hunting.
They're waiting.
It might be Wabbit season, as they have camped themselves in position by those bridges. Let's see if Theraton 5 has got their good eyes on today as we see T1 making their way through the skies, just now approaching the river.
Definitely. All Gamers Global parked here on the southern side. I think Rock Santastico could have been the one taking a couple of shots towards Hayasaki, and now they're leaving, making their way back down towards the southwestern coastline. So smart on them to have a place to back off to. Yeah, level 1 helmet, not a whole lot to work with. And there you go, look at the kill feed. Nixie able to find Rossiter Jr. VP off to a good start, sprung the trap, and it worked out perfectly for them.
Sure did. Maybe the best news for Theraton 5 is they only lose 1 in that.
True.
As, I mean, it's... It's not great losing somebody early, of course. Well, Ranger X will spot that out. He's going to put himself in a position to maybe take a few shots over in this direction. Correxy's still holding that northern side, that northern angle.
9 first aids.
We know what the strat is. If you've ever watched a single game of Virtus.pro, you know that they're going to have a lot of first aids. That is a quick pick and flush.
Yep.
And And there goes Rossiter Jr.
And you can see T5, they're waiting around now as well. They want their teammate back in the game, of course, with the blue chip. Get him back on his feet, get him back on the server. Smart on them to wait this one out.
Well, T1 did pop that esports pickup, but esports pickup, the emergency pickup rather. But instead of going to the high ground, they opt to go into the western side of military base proper, and as a result, they are gonna lose raining early on. The rest of the gang still trying to reach ground, and it looks like for the time being, they will find safety in this dip, but they do lose a member early. That is rough sledding here as we wait and see where Circle 2 will take us.
Definitely scary times for them. Game start win is going to be in the air. Let's see, Circle 2, are we committing to the island? Yes, we are. Everyone on the northern side now going to wrap on over. Falcons already on the move as well.
Looks like Pathampong may have been able to, okay, never mind. He's not stopping at the revive station. They may have been able to pick him up as we see the fight now popping off between Falcons and Petrichor Road on the bridge. Shrimzy going to go down early here. Tickleton and Kickstart on this side. H-Win on the far side of the bridge, so only a duo here to take on the full strength of Petrichor Road.
Yeah, exactly. A little awkward timing on their rotation on over. I'm not sure if Falcons thought that maybe
Navi
they were playing on the backside, but yeah, as you're saying, Navi come down this way too. I think they were opting to go for the boat, but then they realized, wait, Freak's actually coming in from behind us. It's too dangerous to just hop on down and hope for the best and crossing over. So Navi forced to go eastbound. Little do they know there's two teams fighting in front of them.
Little rock there. That's fine. Meanwhile, that western bridge looks pretty safe, so the Expendables should have a pretty free, clear spot over is, oh yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Shrimzy just immediately coming up over the top. Great spray from Nan, but putting the Falcons on the back foot, but Petrichor Road, they cannot stick around here forever. They got to be very careful about how they approach this as Navi just on the other side. You can see them just half in the distance.
It's awkward timing, right? I mean, because Navi, I don't think Navi has any plans of even third-partying this if they get a chance to. They want to get over. They want to, like, their only idea right now is to cross and preferably avoid this whole conversation. If they knew what was going on over here to more extent than the info that they have over the kill feed, they were probably swimming as we speak. But opting to stick around, and that's going to force Freaks to stay too.
Kickstart with the mini will land shots onto Ike's left. Go for the aggressive grenade here. He's got Tickleton backing him up, trying to cause a distraction, but Tig's going to go down to half HP. The grenade falling just a little bit shy. And now Kickstart is the forward man. But, oh, that's a great grenade. Great read from Petrichor to know that somebody is right on the other side of the hill from them.
H1 is sprinting towards him, trying to come to their aid, but he's simply too far away to have an impact right now. Tiggleton goes down. They know it's just one player left on this side of the bridge, and he's going to be taken down as well as he finds one more. Ike's left while getting yeeted towards this water will be just fine. And H1, all you can do from here is chill, maybe run over the bridge later, pick them up and get them rest. I'm not sure if that's a viable play. We'll see what he opts to do.
Such a tough situation for Falcons in game one, and now 17 and the Expendables finding themselves in a tough situation on the bridge. 17 tried to set up a little bit of a camp here, but they lose Xiao Wu early. The Expendables lost Delwyn. Trade coming through. Good grenade will find Xiao Bei, and the Expendables claim at least the bridge for now. But you see Lil Ghost and 7700, they still have angles, so the smoke wall needs to start coming down.
Incredibly hard to make this transition happen. We said this was a safer bridge to cross, but 17 knew exactly how to defend this crossing. Lil Ghost will get the flush onto Chloris, so it's up to just Tanvu and Docus now to try and make something happen here. And to make matters even worse, I see Gen.G on the map feed. They have mortars in hand right now, so we might be looking at a bridge about to blow up.
I say, it looked like 17 was committing to the compound just off to the east there, but immediately, as soon as they saw the Expendables starting to make their way across the bridge, they put themselves in position to do a little bit of camping here. And they managed to pick up two, but unfortunately, losing two of their own. So
west
new circle pops again are going to go west, and that's good news for the majority of the teams in this lobby. But you see all the business that we have still going off on the eastern side. H-Win's still alive for Falcons. Navi have made their way over. Petrichor Road has made their way over. Virtus.pro now the next one to arrive, and Theraton 5 are hovering around in the farm, eating a little bit more blue zone.
And to go back to what I was saying before, H1 actually is running north. He's running, I believe, to go up and get his teammates back in the game. They can do so until the 24-minute mark, so there is a chance for him to get at least some of his players back in the game. But of course, he's on foot, doesn't have a vehicle, and to make matters even worse, here comes Virtus.pro.
Oh, they see him though.
Oh, and they do! The timing couldn't be any worse.
Oh, how unlucky is that? H-Win trying to play the hero for Falcons here, and just you could see him just shaking his head. Man, the timing just did not work out this time. But now VP, they've got to decide how long they're willing to stick around and try to take this man out.
And I was going to say, I mean, if there had been any other team, they would probably be like, nah, you know what, let's just cross all over. But Virtus.pro, they are the masters of healing in the blue. Do they go for it or do they not? I mean, there's, again, it's phase 3. You have to go west side melee. They might just be crossing it. You know what? They think there's more than one guy in this position.
I mean, they have no information.
Exactly. They don't know it's if it's H-Win. Of course, if they did, they would just send 4 guys down and find him. But for them, this is causing them to try and like redo their decision.
Looks like Duck Shoes was able to pick up the chips from his fallen teammates, and he sends it back over to the ferry pier to get them back. But where do they go? There's a lot of real estate, a couple of compounds that they can still find themselves on here on the northwestern side of the circle.
Definitely.
It depends if they were ever in a position to scout that out. It might just be a blind send, but we'll see. VP does end up crossing that bridge and leaving H-Win to his own devices. Theraton 5, meanwhile, they'll pop their chip, and they will get their fallen man back on his feet. As we see Virtus.pro still eating a little bit more blue zone damage, hugging that northern side of the island.
I mean, we're phase 3 closing in. We have 6 teams that are still outside the circle. Some barely, I mean, not even on the Millie Island at all.
You can tell how careful they're wanting to be.
Exactly. Because, I mean, and that's, again, very much a factor of the blue chip, the rest opportunity now being a factor in this game. So the entire western part of this third circle is completely free outside of Toyota.
Oh, no. Well, 17 did finally take out Tanvu, who was hiding out on the bridge, but now they are rewarded for their diligence by getting backfilled by the Freaks. But the Freaks now have to keep an eye out on their eastern side as well, as Navi has arrived and Virtus.pro right in their tails.
Exactly. It's an EMEA race towards the north side of this circle, and I'm not sure Navi is away. If they stop here and fight, they are going to be in trouble, because as you're saying, Virtus.pro is backfilling them right here. Circle 4 is going to pop. It's going to go further center towards the south. This is going to be chaotic. So is it extends already down.
And there you go. You see the revive helicopter coming through. So there's 2 members of the Expendables and 1 Rossida Jr. for Theraton 5. But the scrap between the Freaks and Navi, it's going to be all Freaks, as Ferris now the last player left alive. Virtus.pro will find him as well, and that's going to be Navi eliminated in 16th place.
Yep, down they go, caught in between 2 teams. VP blessed by the fact that that fight didn't happen 10 seconds later, because they would have been completely tangled up in that engagement. Now they get to kind of push in slowly. Now the question becomes, does Freaks realize there's one more team here? I mean, they should, because it's just so one get taken out.
Yeah, they might, and now they're actually going to spot out Rossided as he's dropping from the sky.
Oh no.
He may not make it much longer. And Lil Ghost, the last player left up for 17 Gaming, will try to escape. And Delwyn and Clories, meanwhile, they do find one of those empty compounds. So the Expendables still very much alive in this one.
Yeah.
And despite only losing now Tanvu, Duckshoes on the ferry making his way through, as AG and Twisted Minds will fight for control of the southeastern part of the military base.
Did H-Win go down to blue right as he rested his teammates? I'm not sure, because he was trying to do so, I believe, over in Milta. I saw the marker being active, but I think he might have fallen right before that came through, because it does seem like they are fully eliminated here. As All Gamers Global, still
Time
0
has not
kills.
been their friend in this game,
but trying the best, to the best of their ability, to fend off against Twisted Minds, saying either you fight us and you're at a disadvantage, or you get the hell out of here. Maybe set up a third-party opportunity for All Gamers Global to engage in.
Looks like Twisted is going to be able to pull off the Great Escape, and they will continue wrapping down to the south side. Let's take a listen to Virtus.pro as they are now arriving in the northeastern side of the circle with Freaks right ahead of them.
DRT and 17 of us, they're both weak.
I mean,
car coming.
Wait.
You need to kill him, I think.
Just shooting. Knock.
Nice. 3 in front.
They're running up for Green.
Bad.
Headshot the green 3 naded.
I'm dead.
One orange, 1 green. Orange 3. Behind you, different team. CTG. 1 knock DNF.
Just play for this point and tank the blue. 6%.
CTG is not full. CTG is not full, boys.
Yeah.
3 men city G.
I'm getting soft by them.
I'm just SKing a bit
You should
first.
give meds
Just
to
stay
one
up, go.
guy.
Yeah.
Let them fight.
Give meds to one guy.
I'll W like 2 more.
Yeah, you can band it up. 18 seconds on. 6 first aids on me.
Yeah. Keep going now.
One knock. City G. DNF is still city.
Always impressive to hear how quick these reactors are and instant registering. There's one more team coming. We gotta back off, but a little too late for VP. As we can see, the fight continuing here between Change the Game and DN Freaks. It's really working into Virtus.pro's favor in the sense that they can kind of backfill and push up behind. They know it's a wounded team they're going up against. Now 2 solos make it a duo as well on the other side. Should he be able to get Wenbo back on his feet? I think that's gonna happen. Human knows it's a 1v1. He needs to do this fast.
Keeping the smokes.
He's not even resting.
Tian not even listening. He's going to spot the feet, and there you go. Human will go down, and that's going to open the door for Virtus.pro to try to make their way in. Tian down to about a quarter HP, but you can see the abundance of first aids that Virtus.pro used to possess are now down to just meager scraps as they have to come back into the zone, but they have to be careful. You can see the smokes starting to go away. Tian trying to spot out somebody. He's not going to do it. Hamas actually going to be the one that helps him out.
Yeah, from over on the other side of the runway, he gets one, allows for Virtus.pro to stay in the game. Fortunately now able to get up here and get some more first aids, but as you can see, phase 5, it ticks. You can't just be sprinting. Learn from the best. That is Bloomy himself. He could probably stay put out here at least for a little bit.
The man himself. Well, Twisted Minds trying to make their way through, and they are going to get sprayed down by Petrichor Road. They're going to run to the trail end of Toyo and spot out Emmy. Nice shooting from Lou. Will take down one of Toyo. The rest of the crew for them are holding that high ground side. Spray comes through, gets Lou very low, but doesn't get the knock.
If Twisted Minds pulls up on this and actually takes this position away from Toyo, that would be absolutely insane. They're the only 2 teams. Now Petrichor is coming over here, but they're effectively the only teams on this side of the circle fighting right now. Petrichor, though, running up the hillside from the other side. We'll see if Toyo can withstand the push from 2 absolute world-class teams.
Yeah, Toyo, they have to be the aggressors here. It's really, really tough to do, especially in this first game, in this grand final. These guys, nobody expected them to be here, but they know that they have what it takes, but they have to be head on a swivel. Yeah, Ribo already knowing that Petrichor Road is coming. The spray comes through. Nice shots will take down Ming Ming, and the 2-way fight coming through for Toyo, but no, Ribo's going to go down.
Incredibly tough to try and make the stand. Having Capitan has an off angle, but they're never really peeking on his side. Benya, in the meantime, though, able to do a whole lot with what he has. Just a single player left, and Toyo withstands the push, at least for now. There's still players from Twisted Minds to deal with, but great hold, even at casualties, against a very formidable Petrichor.
Goodness gracious, all the unfortunate timing that happened to Falcons. Well, we're getting to see the reverse side of that here with Twisted Minds as they're able to get everyone back on their feet. They do lose Perfectix, but now they are in a 3v2 with Toyo, but Theraton 5 is starting to creep around from that northern side.
Yep, see Example using the smoke, also the shadow of the player down there on the ground to try and tell where the opponent was. Not want to overpush this one. They know the rest has come through. Batulans now frontlining this one, trying to see if they can get the isolated angles. They're doing a great job right now, Twisted, at kind of clinically pushing forward, not allowing anything up a chance. Issue is they have T5 wrapping up behind them. They got to be fast about this.
They got to be quick, and the circle has popped. It's going to go away from here, back off to the east. Toyo doing everything they can to slow things down by retreating into the hard cover, but it's not going to work. They will go down in 8th place, and now Twisted Minds knows that they've got more company in Theraton 5.
Are we sure they do, though? Shots came through from game start, went down towards the down the hill towards the north. I'm not sure they're aware of T5 yet.
I thought Theraton 5 took a shot there. I'm not sure. We'd have to go back and look, but Theraton 5, they're being very, very creepy, trying to sneak up behind. So maybe not. Maybe no shots have been taken just yet, as Twisted Minds will continue to hold on to this high ground and maybe take a little bit more time, scout out where they want to go next. They don't realize
they have no clue.
The snakes in their midst.
I think the only pressure is GameStart win up towards the north. They're hearing shots being fired down towards the east. I mean, down towards the roadside. They have absolutely no intel that T5 is wrapping up behind them. Issue is, if T5 don't execute on this soon with the circle closing in already, they will be caught. They're waiting for a perfect push. Now, example, it's in a buggy, leaving over the hillside. Batulin is jumping for info. Now, shots being fired. Rosicen able to find Batulins early.
They were waiting for the perfect moment to spring the trap, and apparently the perfect moment has revealed itself, and just like that, Theraton 5 takes down Twisted Minds in 6th place. They have the high ground. GameStart win, though. They hear that fight going on. They're peeking around to see if they can maybe take advantage, but Theraton 5 not giving them any angles to speak of here.
That's the issue right now, right? They have to get off this hill, and GameStart win is in a better position inside the circle just exactly to try and fend it off. If you try to wrap all the way south around, you're going to be exposed to Gen.G. You're going to be exposed to Rock down below. Even Type, I mean, solo player left alive for T1. While he's proning, could theoretically get a peek up on that open hillside and spot them when they come on down the hill.
Okay, let's set up the last part of the lobby here. There's been so much action. There's some teams that we haven't even gotten a chance to talk about, but we can't talk about them yet because GSW trying to make their move up. Patapong has the rock. Patapong has 2 kills, and now he will turn his attention towards. There's one more player. He is the last one left alive for Theraton 5, but look at that kill count. They are collecting everybody. GSW left Xtong on the north side to prevent anyone from wrapping around on him, and in the end, it's going to cost them, as he is now their last player left alive.
What an absolutely incredible two-man hold. Patapong falls in the end. Great revenge from Xiao Tong, but what a nice use of that rock, having his teammate further behind, trying to bait the attention and then peek out at perfect timings. A triple kill for Patapong.
Oh, there we
Stay put in that game for longer.
Hey, remember these guys?
Does find one, will fall in the end, and here they are. The first team across the Western Bridge.
We mentioned that they were one of the first teams across. They went to this compound, and not much has happened since.
And look who else is still alive. Rock.
There they are. Rock also took this same compound very, very early. They do manage to lose 2 throughout all of that madness that happened.
Is still in the circle.
C4 and 5, but their house is in the zone. T1 Type, the only solo player left alive for T1, hiding out in that sniper tower. Gonna be on that bottom floor. Gen.G, though, obviously in the driver's seat here with 4 alive.
28 damage done from RBN with a bolt. It's a toe tap.
Sure.
You have to imagine, but you know what? Doesn't matter how much damage you do as long as you get the kills when needed and the win when needed. Gen.G doing the smart thing and grouping up now. They still have a house inside circle, arguably the best position inside circle right now. Of course, waiting for that final circle to pop. My only question is, do they realize? I mean, obviously RBN does because he's continuously shooting over towards Type. But does Gen.G realize the Type is over on the other side of the road? No one is really... Okay, you know what? No. Now be nice looking this direction. I was thinking for a second, if they opt to ingress, take the fight straight to Rock because they think it's a 4v3, and then Type peeks out and gets them. But he's actually shooting now towards them as they rotate.
Aggro Type. Well, Santastico is going to spot out Orca. It might not be a Bolty, but the DMR working a lot better for him.
Yeah.
As he will get Orca, and Tosi very near over there, could get him back on his feet. Flame doing everything he can to make sure that they cannot safely peek any angle that he has eyes on. Type can just continue to hang out, though, on that lower floor of the sniper tower for now.
I love this proactive play by Gen.G. They know that sitting 4 guys in that building with only a couple of windows to work with, not only are they very limited in what they can do, but they're also going to shoot each other in the back of the head trying to peek all the time. So wise on them to flex out 2-2, play the numbers game. You know now that you're in a 4v2v1, so spread out, get a bigger chance of getting the next circle come your way, and then just sit tight in these now new positions and wait for them to leave their buildings.
Orca did get back on his feet, so Gen.G back up to full strength. Rock still have the compound that they can hide behind for a little bit longer. I think everybody just kind of positioning themselves for this next shift.
Yeah.
See who is going to get favored here. If Rock will have to leave their compound, if Type's going to have to leave his compound, well, everybody's going to have to leave all of their compounds, and we are ending in the open field. We'll see if RBN can find something with that Bolty that might open up just the briefest of windows for Rock here. But they're going to focus on Type first. Gets him very low, but doesn't get the knock.
We talk about how games go your way, but you still have to bring them home in the end.
Absolutely.
This would be a game that if Gen.G somehow manages to not win, it's going to hurt them. It's going to be painful to look back at this game because it has Gen.G written all over it. It's just going to be a matter of how clean do they manage to do this. Let alone the push out just before, I think was a great way to set up and increase their odds of winning this game.
We see Type has some vehicles on that roadside that he can hide behind that are inside the circle just barely.
Can he throw it underneath the truck, then maybe it's in?
I mean, you got to do what you got to do to survive just a little bit longer, because he's hoping right now, he's not anticipating to try to go for a win here.
Oh,
he's
no,
hoping that he can outlast Rock.
Top 2 guaranteed, or at least hoping that that's the case. Unfortunately for him, it's not quite as guaranteed as can be, but as you're saying, for now,
no smoke
he's inside
for it,
circle, nothing to work with at all. He can prone under that car, and he will be seen instantly when doing so, but Rock 2 have just used their last pieces of util, and they're not inside the circle either.
8 grenades for Gen.G here, so it is, Satastico's got the portable cover, but that's going to go away. He's wide open in the street. Tosi will eat that alive. RBN now the last player left up, and he is alive just as long as the smoke will allow him to be. Type gets spotted. He's going to get down to half HP, but he's just trying to survive longer than RBN, and he goes down. So that's going to be T1 in third, and now the collapse comes, but RBN will just donate himself over to the blue, and Gen.G will get our first victory here in the grand finals of Esports World Cup.
Didn't have to do much to bring it home, but it's what they did do that secured them the win in the end. The proactive, very early move, similar play to what we saw from All Gamers Global, to cross to military very early on and set up shop, and then here in the end to flex out when they knew they had the space to bring it home. Smiles on their faces. They knew, you know what, this was the easy one, but we got it. We have to win.